Welcome to the Get Back. We're here in the flesh on Discord again. I have a new background. Actually, doesn't make me look like I'm in an insane asylum. Shout out to Daniel's dad. I'm Lewis. That's Daniel right over there, up on top of me, and then that's Jess right there, right on the what is this? The left of me, right of me, whatever it is. She's there.
I feel like I'm in the middle.
Are you?
My
I think
screen
it's
shows that I'm in the middle.
For me, you guys are like that. For me, Lewis is here. For me, Jess is over there.
for me.
That's how it looks
Daniel's
for me.
here, and then Jess is here. Is that?
I'm in Puerto Rico.
You are in Puerto Rico right now. All right. Do you guys like the backdrop? I heard Daniel's dad talking shit, so I had to get busy.
Hey, man. It looked like a fake background for a minute. If we're being honest, it looked like a fake background for a minute.
Nah, like
It looks much better
yeah,
now, but
it
I need to
does.
fix my background. This is my living room, and it's like poor lighting in here. Like my lights are not really on, just like I have on the lamp.
That's not bad though. It could be worse.
No, I need to go back into my kitchen, just get a higher stand and like a lamp, and then I need like a flag or something in the back.
Ooh,
I'll get a Jets one.
ooh.
I might have one. An extra one that I have.
You need.
And that would be my background for when we're doing it remote.
Yes.
Yes.
Because hopefully,
Hopefully,
we'll be changing soon.
we'll be changing.
Hopefully.
We'll be back. Right? Hopefully, God willing. All right.
Hopefully.
But God
You
willing
know.
that the Knicks win Game 6 and force a Game 7. The Knicks won Game 5 last night on Thursday.
Thank God.
Thank you to whoever.
Oh, they're
was
tied,
listening.
right? 2-2.
No. The Pacers are up 3-2. So all they need to do is win one more game. That is all the Pacers need to
Oh
do.
no.
Oh, no is correct.
Oh no.
Yes.
The Knicks have to do something that hasn't been done since 2016. Am I remembering that right?
Yeah.
And come back from a 3-1 deficit. They have to win 3 games in a row. So they started with the first one on Thursday night. Now they're going back to Indiana for Game 6. And if they win that, they come back to New York for Game 7 at the Garden. That Game 6 tomorrow night is the most important game in New York Knicks history right now. It is going to be the most intense, pressure-filled game they're ever going to play in a while. It's going to be one of the few games this season that you really need everybody to come out and play the same way they played on Thursday night. Because you know the Pacers are going to adjust and make adjustments and be a lot better at home than they were. And you just feel like for them, it's a Game 7, so they're going to come out hard and strong. The Knicks have to match that intensity, and if they don't, I don't see them coming out winning that game.
Yeah. Because in Game 5, they started out real strong, right? They had a good game plan. The ball was moving. The defense was tight on Halliburton, where Halliburton really couldn't, get the offense flowing, right? Didn't allow the Pacers to get into that fast-paced game, right, where they're just pushing the ball up the court in transition all the time. And they did a real good job for the entire game, all 48 minutes, right? There were some runs where the Pacers, right, they scored 8 points, right, 8-0 run, and then the Knicks kind of quieted it down a little bit, got a good turnover, and then hit a 3, hit a big bucket. So Game 6 needs to be the exact same thing. Now, will the Pacers just not shoot that well? Probably not. But if you put a hand up, they're more likely to miss than when you don't. So as long as they're giving that effort.
Remember what we said last night? We had a revelation last night, Jess. It's a crazy one. If you
What was
play
the
defense,
revelation? Yeah.
they don't score.
I was at work last night, so I was very shocked when I was like, "Oh, it's the third quarter," and it was like, is anyone shooting anything? Like, it was a very low scoring game. Am I the only one that thinks that?
From the Pacers, yeah. The Knicks were scoring, right? And that's the thing. The Knicks can score on this Pacers team. It's just that will they match up defensively, and will they show up defensively to be able to slow them down? Because you can slow Indiana down when you make them play.
That's what it felt like when I was watching. I was like, they're moving slower than usual.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the game, I was like, this is. I to be honest, I was kind of half expecting the Knicks to kind of lose, like they were gonna lose steam or like get their asses handed to them, but no. So that's why don't be so sure, Daniel, that they may. I think we may get 7 games.
Look, I mean, I'm forever the a pessimistic person for various reasons. So look, I'm always gonna look at the negative side of it first. And look, I think the Knicks have to have a very solid game plan from the jump. They have to do what they did in Game 5, that they do in Game 6. They need to come out strong defensively, and they need to get off to a great start. They had a 12-0 run to start the game on last night. If they could do something similar to that, it doesn't have to be like that run again. But you get off to a good early start offensively. You put pressure on Indiana. You force Indiana to come from behind, and Indiana's not a good from behind throughout the game. You can very easily win this game, right? The start of this game is going to be so important for both teams, right? It's more important for the Knicks to get that early lead, establish a defensive presence, and just try to limit Indiana as much as they can. And if you're able to get a lead by halftime, you have to like your chances.
Yeah, I mean, like, if the Knicks just come out flat-footed and they're missing some shots, have some turnovers here and there, and they give the Pacers the opportunities to spread out the offense and move really quickly and to push the ball up the court, then they're going to lose. If they could minimize that as much as they can. Now, in Game 5, they did have 15 turnovers still, but it didn't matter because they also forced Indiana to have 18 turnovers. So they kind of went tit for tat in the turnover game, and the Knicks were scoring more on the turnovers that Indiana committed. So as long as they can just do that, just put a hand up, right? Fight over screens. Effort. Just give effort. Just play. You're 6'8", you're 6'9", you're 6'7", right? Just put a hand up. Who knows, right? Maybe they miss. I don't know. So we'll see. Jess, what do you think?
I'm just gonna send that same GIF I sent you the other day with Oprah holding the hands like this. You can only I don't know, I think we're gonna make it to 7. I think we are. Stop shaking your head.
I agree, Jess. Me and you both.
Put me in the hospital already. You got the heart attack.
Because they're going back to Indiana, right? They're going back to Indiana?
Yes.
Okay, so they already won there, right?
Mhm.
They already won there. So it's not something that's like, oh my God, we're on the road. No, you've already done this before. So it's a do or die game. This is their game 7. That's it. You have to in order to make it to a game 7, you have to make this your game 7. So I'm just expecting a straight up dogfight. They're going to be clawing each other's eyes out. It's like lie, cheat, steal, kill, climb that mountain. It doesn't matter. Do whatever it is you need to do. You can't go in there weak. You can't go in there slow. I think they can do it, man. I think they can do it.
Daniel, are you okay? You all right? You all right there, pal?
No. I'm just thinking of the possibilities. Just running. Look, I do feel confident they can do it. I do think it is possible. This Knicks team just needs to show some level of consistency. Because Indiana team is beatable. We said that before. You have a lot of stuff going for you right now, but you've seen the best and the worst of this Knicks team, and I've seen the worst of it. I could very easily see them falling flat on their face again. Indiana just running them over again, like they did in Game 4. So but you can get a game 5 situation. So the truth is I don't know, and that's what's like. I want to bash my head through a wall because I don't know what I'm gonna get. That's like the frustrating part. Am I gonna get a great defensive performance from the Knicks team, or am I gonna get a shitty one and hope that we squeak out of there with a win? Take either one, to be honest. I think if you can steal the game
if
6,
it results in winning, just
I don't care.
By hook or by crook, Knicks in 7. I feel like they gotta hoodwink the Pacers a little bit. You know what I mean? They gotta go in there with a hoodie on and a ski mask, looking both directions before they go between the intersection and the corridors. Give me that. Josh Hart being like, oh.
They just have to play their hearts out, and they have to play smart. It really comes down to them. Just like you gotta play smart, like you said, play consistent.
Right, Carl Anthony Towns, be smart.
That's right, Big Purr, Big Bodega, Bodega Cat.
Jess, what do you like more, Big Purr or Big Bodega? For Carl Anthony Towns' nickname. Now, the league calls him Cat, right? Because his initials are K-A-T.
So his name is Bodega Cat, right?
So what do you like, Big Purr or Big Bodega?
I'm gonna be honest. I do like Big Bodega and Bodega Cat, but I feel like it's a little. And I mean, I get it why they call him that, but it's almost like a little stereotypical.
Why do you think it's stereotypical, huh? Because he's what?
I don't know. I'm just when I heard it, I was like, wait, why are they calling him? But I get it.
Big Bodega.
It's not meant. I just felt like But I prefer Bodega. What is Big Purr? What is that?
Because he's a cat.
Because he's a cat. Purr.
Oh. No. I don't think cat.
Big Bodega Cat goes stupid. BBK AT. BBK AT. Ooh.
And I like bodega because, it's like a universal term where we live, where we are. But there's people around the country that are like, what the hell is a bodega? They don't know. Right. It just means like your corner store.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, yeah, we're just going to the Quick Mart. It's like, wait, what? You mean going to your bodega? Huh? It's like, wait, what? The fuck is that? I don't know what you're talking about, man.
We're just going to the dollar store. Wait, what?
Ugh.
Nah.
Ugh.
You mean bodega?
Yeah. You mean the store that's right there? But granted, they don't have corner stores. They don't even have sidewalks in many places.
How
the fuck you?
That's true.
How you gonna get to the corner?
They got gas stations.
You don't think got Indiana?
Gas stations. So they have like Cheats.
You guys, pull to the Bola Market.
Other one? Rudders. That's in Pennsylvania.
Hey guys.
And they got Wawas and Quick Checks.
Yeah, let's go to the Shell, man. Let's go to the Mobile. It's like, wait, what?
But look, Chicago has corners. What do they call it in Chicago?
I don't know.
LA has some corner stores, but I wonder what they call them. Do they call them? Is that just like a New York term?
It's 100% a New York term. 100%. 100%.
You know what they got in Indiana?
Cornfields. Yeah, I was just about to say that if you didn't say corn. Yeah, we're here, dog. We're here.
The cornfields are their bodegas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they just walk out, grab corn, and walk away.
Ain't shit to do over there, man. Ain't nothing. Oh, man. But
that's why they love basketball.
Yeah, that's true, because that's the only exciting thing that's happening in their lives besides CORN on a cob. Sometimes they put it on the grill. Hey, get a little adventurous. Hold on now.
I like Mexican street corn.
Ooh, that's good. That's really good. There you go, Jess. Yo, why you making me hungry, man? Why you gotta do that to me?
You know,
Yeah,
I have the munchies.
you want to pop to the bodega real quick?
You want to go to the bodega?
No, it's too far. It's not far. It's actually just around the corner, but
It's the base.
Like it's supposed to be. That's right.
exactly.
So,
Exactly.
do you guys want to talk about the team that already made the finals and beat the Timberwolves in 5 games? You guys want to talk about them?
You guys can talk about them.
The Oklahoma City Thunder beat the.
I have zero interest in OKC for some reason. I got like
Hey, you know what Daniel's
they'll
doing?
probably win the finals.
Jess, you know what Daniel's doing? Putting
Yeah,
belt
he's spanking someone.
to ass, because that's what the OKC Thunder did. Yo, it was bad. Outside of Game 3, where the Timberwolves just absolutely dumped on OKC, it was OKC this whole entire series. Like, Minnesota had nothing for them at all. They had nothing. And it was sad to watch. Like, when I'm watching Anthony Edwards try to dribble and go into the paint, and there's just, like, 3 guys waiting for him to pass the ball. They're literally just there. Hey, you gonna kick out? Yeah? Oh, steal. Come on.
Thank you.
Got you, man. You can't be doing that, man. Like,
But that kind of happens every so often. You get a team that does nothing. They may have had a good series before then. They may have squeezed one out, fought to the end, and made it out that round. And then they get to the next round. It's like they forgot they were still in the playoffs. They get swept or they're down 3 games. It's like they're not competitive. They don't seem like they have passion or fire. They can't get it together. They can't keep up. They can't get ahead.
In this case, OKC did that to Minnesota. Minnesota just couldn't get anything going because OKC is just that damn good, right? I was watching all these games. The way that they operate is like AI, right? Because they're just everything. They know exactly where you're trying to go. They're playing, and you know what I like about them? They're truly disciplined. They're real damn disciplined on defense, and that's what's going to win them a championship. Because no team is going to be able to get out of the box that they put every star player in. And then you try to pass the ball. They're waiting for you to pass the ball because they know that you can't get by them one-on-one. Or if you do, it's going to be a tough shot. So why shoot a tough shot if I could try to pass? And then there's a guy. Oh, I'm right behind you. Oh, steal. Oh, you're not paying attention. Oh, steal. Up, and it's a dunk. And now we're up by 20. And then it's like, oh, well. And then SGA hitting mid-ranges, getting foul calls, getting and ones. Like, and the thing about this team is they're the youngest team in the league. And they're in the finals. If they win the championship, they're going back to back. I truly believe this. And this may be like a thing where I'm overshooting, I'm overstepping my bounds right now. If they win the chip this year and no changes happen to their roster, they're going to repeat, barring injuries. Because what do? This defense can win you a chip on its own. Your offense doesn't even need to be that high-powered, which for them, their offense is cool. But, like, they're not shooting threes out the gym, right? They're not scoring 130 points a game. They have an MVP. They have a guy who could slash. They have a guy who could hit the 3, play some good defense in the paint, and Chet Holmgren. And they are just so dominant with those 3 alone. And then they have like 5 other guys who could literally lock down anybody. Alex Caruso is 6'4". He plays up against 7-footers. This guy's a beast. And it's like, so what do you even do when they could put a guard on your big guy and you still can't get by him? It's unbelievable, to be honest. You guys have anything to say about OKC? Because I'm sorry, I'm glazing them because they're that damn good, really good.
I mean, look. Go ahead, Jess.
No, I was just gonna say, they're probably going to win whoever they face, Indiana or the Knicks. So I think we already know who the champion's going to be. Because even if the Knicks, and I believe they will probably make it out this round, right? I still think that their mission was to get to the finals, not necessarily win the finals. Because OKC is just a way. It's just they're demolishing people, and if they're gonna like, so it's like, I mean, at some point, I do think the Knicks may run out of their gas and their steam. They may actually finally will just like implode in the finals. But I think OKC. I think OKC. I think they're ready for whoever they face.
Daniel?
I'll say this, right? When we did the predictions, that I believed more in this Timberwolves team. I was wrong. They had nothing. This wasn't even a series. Sometimes this OKC team is really, really good. Um, it's one of the best mixes of offense and defense I've ever seen in terms of their physicality, their quickness, and their intelligence on defense, and then just their elite level shooting that anybody can score on that team up and down the bench. There truly is really, they have off nights, but you're never going to see a team really win 4 games against them, in my opinion, which is their biggest strength. And look, I said this in the doc a little bit, but I was like, every decade has a team that defines that decade, right? You know, in the early 2000s, you had the San Antonio teams and the Heat teams that defined that decade. In the early 2010s, you had those Cavalier teams with LeBron and those Golden State teams. And even 2020, there hasn't really been a definitive team that is there to be the dynasty of this era. I think it could be OKC. Just how they've been building and how they've been stockpiling assets and the young players and the way they've been playing the past couple of years, and now you're seeing it finally pay off. And the fact that they are still so young, this is a team that could really be dominant for the next 5 years. And because they still have assets to trade and draft picks to make, it could be a revolving door year in and year out. They keep acquiring more talent and more talent to keep winning more championships. It's not a far-fetched idea to say they can go back-to-back or even a three-peat. They're that good and that talented.
I mean, three-peat? Maybe. I don't know, man. Three-peat's hard. That's tough, dude. That's real damn fucking
It's
tough.
hard, but
Yeah.
But here's the other part of it too, right? This is a team that I mentioned the Miami Heat team with LeBron, D Wade, and Bosh, and the Golden State teams with Curry, Clay, and Grant. The difference between those teams and this team is homegrown. They didn't go out chasing for a superstar. They didn't go out signing anybody to max contracts except for Shy. All their players are draft picks. Most of their players are their own draft picks. They still have plenty of picks left. They didn't over trade for anybody. They didn't have to overpay for anybody. They're still not in salary cap hell at all. A lot of their players are still on rookie or relatively new deals. It's a team that financially is going to be okay and still keep that talent there. And they already have an established winning culture. Everything is in place for this team for the next 5 to 10 years to sustain winning. Maybe not win championships, but you can definitely see them running through the West and how the West has been going the past couple of years. Who's stopping them from doing that? The Lakers? When LeBron retires? The Rockets? The Nuggets with just Nikola Jokic? Ooh. Maybe when Kawhi gets healthy, the Clippers will be there. Maybe. But, who in the West is going to put up a fight against them? I don't see it. I think this team could be the team coming out of the West for the next 5 years at least.
Yeah, I can easily see that. And this final trip only validates that opinion and will continue to validate that opinion if they win a chip. Because it's like, if they don't lose anybody, they don't need to bring in anybody. What they did was just spectacular. They won 68 games with this team, right? Going into the season, nobody was thinking OKC would just absolutely destroy the West and the whole entire league pretty much and win almost 70 games. Nobody was thinking that. So now there could be like, a little slump where they don't win that many games, right? And maybe they have a couple more off nights, but still, that's a 50-plus win team. Easy. And you still have the guy who just won MVP. You have a rising star in Chet. If he could just stay healthy, he'll be an amazing defensive center and a great shooting center as well. And then you have Jalen Williams, who I think is a really good complement to Shea, right? He gets in the lane, he cuts, and he also could create his own shot. He could shoot the three ball too. And then you just have guys who could just play defense all damn day. Casey Wallace, Alex Caruso, Isaiah Hartenstein. Lou Dort. I'm sure I'm missing some guys. Jalen Williams could even play some damn defense here and there. I pretty much just named almost the starting lineup. And Shea is a good defender. If he was like not surrounded by the Alex Carusos and the Casey Wallace of the world, he would be like a potential all-defensive team kind of guy. He would be. But, he just doesn't need to.
Right.
So, God bless OKC. They had the Durant, Harden, and Westbrook and Serge Ibaka team. Let's hope that they don't fuck it up and keep this team together as long as they can, because I truly believe that they will probably be in more finals in the next 5 years than they won't be. So, we'll see. Shout out to OKC, though. I mean, small market team, homegrown. Sam Presti, one of the greatest managers. He's the GM, right? Sam Presti, right? Or is he the president? I think he's the president of basketball.
I think he's the president.
He's the president. He's one of the greatest front office guys in the entire league. He's fantastic at his job. The way he just acquires talent and is still able to build contending teams, even when you only have like one guy and like a bunch of kind of guys, he can still get it done. So shout out to Sam Presti. And shout out for him for staying loyal to the draft picks, right? Because he easily could have traded like 5, 6, 7 for like a couple stars and a couple guys who have been kind of established in the league but kind of need to find their footing in a new team. But he was like, nope, I'm going to sit right here on these riches. We're going to get guys. We got Shea in a deal for Paul George. What a lopsided trade. You know what I mean? We're going to find guys. We're going to develop them. We're going to see talent in them. And I truly love that from like these small market teams, because it gives them just more of a beautiful story when they do come out on top. So shout out to OKC, man. Shout out to him. Shout out to them. Now, do we want to talk about Zion? Right? Yeah. Well, I would say let's touch on the topic, but that might be a little too soon for the joke. So let's just go over the article. So Zion Williamson, this came out 2:58 p.m.
Today.
This article came out. So a woman has accused Zion Williamson of the R word. We're not going to say it for YouTube's sake. In addition to sexual, physical, emotional, and financial abuse over the span of a multi-year relationship. This woman has chosen not to identify herself, so she is Jane Doe. She accuses Williamson of a continuing pattern of abusive, controlling, and threatening behavior over the course of a relationship that started during Williams' freshman year at Duke. So that was 2018. And then she said it lasted 5 years, so 2023 is when it ended. In a 12-page civil complaint, they allege that all these actions took place in California or Louisiana. And the court filing details 2 alleged incidences of the R word in 2020. This, by the way, this gets a little graphic. So just want to, for the viewer, If you don't want, you can skip this. You can skip this
Trigger
part.
warnings.
Trigger
Or
warning.
do you have to
You can
read
skip
it
this.
all?
We gotta deep dive. We gotta deep dive into it. All right, this is big news.
Okay.
This is big news right now. All right. So
The trigger warnings.
trigger warning.
So you have to put that in there.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah. So, she's saying that she was trying to go to bed, and Zion was like, "No," and he forced himself onto her in a not so nice way, and threw her phone across the room and allegedly choked her. Those are the accusations. The second alleged R wording happened in October in Beverly Hills. She says that she was violently R worded after expressing plans to visit a friend in San Diego. In both instances, the woman accused Williamson of taking her phone for a period of time, in quotations. Yeah. So basically, in all the allegations, they're talking about, forcing himself onto them, strangulation. She says she lost consciousness multiple times. And also Williamson made threatening to kill to the woman and her family members multiple times. Yeah, this is serious. Now she's looking for monetary damages, which what she's seeking is between the range of $18 to $50 million. That's, I guess.
So she didn't go to civil court with this?
I guess this.
I mean, she didn't go to criminal court?
I guess this is civil court, right? Because in a 12-page
That's civil, but I meant criminal.
civil complaint.
She didn't.
Yeah, this is civil.
She doesn't want to file. Does it explain why she didn't go to the police or anything?
This is a 12-page civil complaint.
So it's a civil matter. So that's why it's a monetary thing.
Because I know there's a statute of limitations. You can't report or they can't investigate after 5 years. So is it 5 years since the assault?
Yes.
And that's why she's doing
2020. I mean,
essentially. If it started in 2018, it would be 5 years after.
So 2023.
She's saying it spanned from 2018 to 2023. So he was 19 in 2018. So he's 24 now. So it's been 7 years. Ish.
Yeah. So it's been 7-ish years since then. So I guess. I don't know what the actual correct answer for that is, but she's only looking for the monetary gain, I guess, because that's what civil court is, right? It's all for the money, yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, Williamson's attorneys are like, listen, we're taking this very seriously. We deny all these claims. All these are false. And one thing that they did say from the attorney is, in quotes, this appears to be an attempt to exploit a professional athlete driven by a financial motive rather than any legitimate grievances. Damn. And they're saying that the relationship was consensual and that these allegations are false. Zion Williamson is an interesting fellow because, I'm not going to say he's guilty, I'm not going to say he's innocent, but like him and ladies aren't exactly, two peas in a pod. There's that, I guess, that P-star by the name of Mariah Mills. They were entangled for a little bit, and there was drama between them two, and then this story comes out, so it's like, he's been injured for most of his career. He's, had problems with his weight and staying focused and focusing just on basketball. And now he has all this extra outside chatter, true or not. I mean...
And he's still very young.
Yeah. He's like what?
He's only 24.
Jeez.
So this would have been a case brought against him when he was 19 years old. Is when it would have started, if this is proven true. So it's not great. It's not, and it's just I think Zion he's always in the media for the wrong reasons. This is just another part of it. You hope, I'm not gonna say what he's guilty. If he's guilty, then this is just he's done. Straight up, he's done. There's no coming back from this type of allegation if it's proven true. But if he's not, it's another thing to add on to his long line of. And it's unfortunate to see because now you run the risk of who's going to take a chance on him now if the Pelicans decide to give up on him. Do you really want to bring this guy into your organization if you already know what he is and what type of attention he brings? So even if he's proven not guilty, his career might not last much longer after this.
Yeah, I mean it's a tough one. Ah,
You
man.
better hope and pray to God that there's no evidence, no physical evidence, because there's still some other things she's accusing him of that I feel like she can, I don't know, she can still report as a crime. Reporting sexual assault has statute of limitations because evidence is by then like washed away. Like, it's hard to prosecute in court. But these other things like the financial abuse, choking someone, like these are like the other violent crimes. I don't Are there statute of limitations on those? And financial abuse, there should be some like record of, or like, you know,
I mean,
so I
it
think
definitely.
you have to still show burden of proof when you go to civil court. You just can't say, "Hey, this person did this," and they grant you money. You have to like prove these things.
Well, this is the thing, right? Right now, it's a he said, she said. And the fact that she didn't file criminal must mean that she doesn't have that much evidence right now.
Maybe she's like, I guess like, because a lot of these cases they go straight to civil court. Rarely do you see it go to criminal.
Well, a lot of these cases, they get held. It's done behind closed doors. You never hear about them because people settle
Okay.
before they even make it to civil court. They just settle these things out and they keep it quiet, and you never hear about it. She may have tried to do that. She may have tried to just get him to give her something, like, and he said no, and this is what's making her go to court. I don't know. I don't know.
It's
I hope that there's, and that's the thing. So because it's civil, how is there an I don't know how it works. You still have to bring proof, but in criminal, there's like an investigation by like a prosecutor where they're allowed to like look at your personal life and open up like document, and it's like, I don't, who's going to investigate besides whatever she brings to court that this is, I don't know.
Well, I guess
It
that's
makes
what
you
we'll.
think about what's happening with the Diddy trial,
Yeah.
because technically speaking, those Cassie has reached her statute of limits for 5 years for like all the sexual abuse, but he's committed so many other alleged crimes that it's actually criminal. And there's like the feds investigated. So when a fed gets your case, it's pretty much locked and solid. And it's courtesy that they take you to court, because you're not gonna get out of those things.
yeah, man. I
I need this case makes me wonder, like, we got to learn more about how like civil cases work in times like these.
in all intents and purposes, I hope that none of this is true, because then
Oh, we all hope it's not
a
true.
woman didn't get R-worded, strangled, and stuff like that, and he didn't get like lied on, I guess. So, but if it's found true, Zion.
It's like Daniel said, he's finished because you didn't even build a career enough to fall back on, to stand on, for people to come out to bat and say, you've been like unproductive. You've been more of a problem than a problem solver. You're in the news again for something that's nothing to do with you accomplishing something on the court. So it's like he's probably finished after this.
Yeah, uh, you know.
Unless he starts winning some fucking championships, because that's the only way the public's gonna forget about it.
And that ain't happening. Not with the Pelicans, I'll tell you that much. Pelicans ain't winning yet. The only thing they winning is the 7th overall pick in the lottery. That's all they winning. Come on. All right. Well, that was heavy. Well, it's our time for our favorite segment. We're spinning that wheel.
All right, wait, here we go. All right, here we go. Oh my God.
It was his favorite division.
Yeah.
All right, wait. I will say this. Do we want to do back-to-back weeks of AFC?
Yeah.
Or do we want to do
I thought
NFC
it was
this week?
NFC East.
No, AFC.
No, we're going AFC.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Let's go.
We do AFCs? All right,
Yeah.
we do AFCs. Jesus Christ.
Shout out to AFC East right there. There we go. All right. Well, the AFC East was a bit not so fun for you guys. Just gonna
I mean, objectively,
throw that out there.
this was a shit division. This year, this was a bad division.
All right, you want to start from the bottom?
Yeah, I'll start from the bottom.
All right. The Jets. Now I'm playing. I'm sorry. The New England Patriots. This is our AFC East review. Here we go with the New England Patriots. They sucked. I mean, simple as that, right? They were awful, right? 4-13, not great. They had a rookie Drake May. They had Jacoby Brissett starting some games. They didn't have any talent. They barely had any receivers. Drake May literally had to do what he had to do, and he played well in a terrible situation. That's literally what happened. The defense, awful. The offense was also awful, but Drake May looked good in awful. Good. So,
Yeah.
you know.
And I guess like they also found out that Gerard Mayo was not their coach.
No, they did not. Apparently, he was like very uninspiring as a coach.
Yeah.
Which is funny because he was in the plan that Bill Belichick made. So I wonder what changed from Bill Belichick thinking that you were the one to then you don't get a second season.
Well, we also got another
Something
Bill Belichick
got lost in translation.
Say that again?
Bill Belichick right now, we have to understand, is not right up here.
Yeah, a little
Especially
bit.
right
you know,
now.
he might be getting a little manipulated. So he may be like, yeah, sure, Gerard, yeah, sure, why not? He's a great guy. Yeah.
Wait, hang on.
Yeah. Talk about all these things, but I mean, the Patriots were just they were an abomination. Oh. Here he goes. All right, so Bill, what are your plans after you leave head coaching? What are you gonna do what do you think the Patriots are gonna do in the organization?
Gerard's gonna coach.
Bill, is that the inside scoop? Is Gerard Mayo gonna be the next head coach of the New England Patriots?
Maybe. We'll see what happens on Sunday.
Oh my gosh, Bill, so how are you doing with your new girlfriend? We see a woman just running around Gillette. We see a new woman just running around Gillette Stadium. How do you feel about your new girlfriend? You guys seem to be having a great time.
No, shut up. Stop it.
They're talking about. We'll find out on Sunday.
Yeah, Bill. So, is there anything else for you in the NFL? Right, you've accomplished a lot. Right, 6 Super Bowl championships. Right, you've built a storied career here in New England.
This is dumb.
What is your next stop gonna be?
We have practice on Monday.
That was perfect.
Oh my gosh, dude, that was good. But yeah, the Patriots were awful. Gerard Mayo was not the guy, and they had the 4th overall pick because of it. Right, so then they drafted Will Campbell. They drafted a tackle to be their future of the offensive line because their O-line was also horrid. It was absolutely abysmal to watch them play on Sundays. and Thursdays and Mondays. It was absolutely diabolical. Drake May had to stand behind that offensive line and had to actually look like an NFL caliber quarterback like he did. So they kind of retooled, right? They hired Mike Vrabel, right? They had a lot of fucking money, and they said, "Fuck it, we're gonna overpay. Doesn't matter. We are the prime destination because we got the prime dollars." That's what it means. Everybody wants to play here, not because of Mike Vrabel, because of them checks. And they went out and they signed some quality free agents. And, they're slowly but surely building up that old line and trying to get weapons in the room for Drake May. So who knows what this next season could be, potentially. Who knows?
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, nothing to add. It was just a very, and like any Patriot fan, like you've been spoiled enough. You could deal with a bad year, a rookie quarterback. All right, you've been spoiled. All right, take the L. You'll be fine.
Yeah, that's right. Jess, do you have anything else to say about the New England Patriots?
Fuck the Patriots.
Right.
That's
I hope
right.
you get 20 years of misery
That's
since
right.
you had 20 years of success with Brady.
That's right.
Hope you guys have bad juju for letting a goat like that walk out your building to appease a
Yeah.
77-year-old crazy ass bastards. You
Yeah.
deserve the misery you're getting.
Yeah, that's right. There you go. Okay.
Oh, it's working now. Okay.
There you go. So,
It's like loading and loading. I don't know what the hell.
Discord's acting up a little bit, but that's all right. That's all right. But you know what else was acting up, last season? Aaron Rodgers. He was acting up a little bit. And that's what happened to the New York Jets. So, the New York Jets were 5-12? Not great.
Oh, you guys want to? I don't know if you heard, but I saw it on X today that Aaron Glenn has implemented Bible study.
Did he really?
Yes. I don't think he's forcing you can't force everyone to do it, but
It's an optional thing.
he's encouraging the players to take play.
That's really cool.
Do it.
That's so sweet. That's
Yeah,
very
I like
nice.
him a little bit better now.
So here we
The gang's
go.
all here.
The gang's all here. I mean, listen, 5-12 Jets were awful. They had a really good roster on paper, though. Really damn good roster on paper.
Yeah,
And
it's very sad that it didn't work out. It's like beyond sad. It's almost like, what the hell happened? The chef had all the ingredients, and come to find out the chef can't cook.
Chef
Too
couldn't
many
even
chefs
boil
on kitchen.
water?
Who's the chef?
The chef decided to go to Egypt before practice one day and never came back.
I don't think that's the reason why, because they sucked before he went to Egypt.
But
So
you also have the executive chef that's 18 years old in the front office making decisions. Don't forget that guy.
Yeah, who didn't
and then you had
go to
another chef
culinary
and the
school.
head coach, and then you had the other chef who supposedly called himself an owner, and then you have a chef in the G. Like, no one knew what the fuck to do with what they had, and that's what's crazy. I feel like there were probably other coaches and staffs around the league that were like, yo, if we had those guys on a roster, you know what we would do with that team? That's what makes it crazy. I think anyone else, another like front office, or no, they would have known what to do with these people. Like, I don't see how it's weird. Now it's just, when you look back on it, it's gonna not be like infuriating or even sad. It's just gonna be like, what a weird fucking time. These people could not get it together.
Daniel.
I mean, I need my support buddy. So I'm just gonna keep him here. Look, I mean, it wasn't the expectation that we had this year. Not even near close. Look, there was just so many problems in the organization on the field that they kept trying to fix with duct tape and glue, and just would not stick and hold together. And you can't fix a pipe that's broken with duct tape. you got to call the plumber, and they never called the plumber. It was a disaster from day one. It's again, it was the best team on paper, 100% the best team on paper that could not meet expectations, and it cost everybody, rightfully so, positions and their stayed in the league. It's not even a disaster. It's just disbelief, right? If you're not a Jet fan, right? It's just like, how could this have happened? But if you're a Jet fan, you're like, yeah, of course it's happened to us. Of course, when we have something go right, when we finally have the team that we think could be good, of course it falls flat on its face, right? Like this is just what we do. But from an outside perspective, it's like, what happened? And the truth is that everything that went wrong went wrong. Every what if that we talked about last year happened. Like it just was there wasn't a single positive takeaway from last season. Anybody that says that there was is wrong, because proof is in the pudding, and the pudding is that we have a whole new regime in.
Very jetty. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. It's very jetty of you guys to have that good of a team and just be like, yeah, 5 wins is enough. Yeah. What? You guys want more? Don't be greedy.
They did try. They did try. Like, they went and scooped
Oh,
up a big shark.
they
tried.
tried. Oh, they
They
tried.
drafted well. They tried to cover each other's asses. Still fell short.
Here's the thing. They drafted well. They didn't develop well. That was the issue.
Speak on it, King. Go ahead, King. Talk about it, King.
What's my boy? This is the only person they got right. Some way, somehow, Quentin Williams is the only person they got right on that team. All right? You saw a regress.
That's a picture of Leonard Williams.
That's right. I don't know why. I don't know. Honestly, I don't even know why I have it.
Honestly, you were halfway there. Same last name. So it is what it is. Same position.
Oh, fuck, it is Leonard Williams. I swear to God, this whole time I thought it was Quentin Williams.
Holy shit. Hey.
Very jetty.
Very, very jetty of you.
Very jetty.
Oh, man. I've been
looking at the thing for 3 years. Oh my God. All right, that's making the short.
Yep. That's going in the short. 1,000%. 100%.
Yeah, they did. You had a regress from Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, Breece Hall, half of the offensive line. Really, you had nothing from the defensive line this year either. Stood out. Everybody took a step back whenever Richard took a step. So in that regard, that's what needs to change. You need to have players who have to be better than what they were last year and what they showed their rookie year. So, and that comes down to coaching, development, and overall, like, the team morale on the team, like, culture.
Yeah, when it comes, like, I hope the coaching can help that a little bit, right? Like, Aaron Glenn said in his introductory press conference, you got to get the right guys in the room to help, create a team, create a real culture of winning. And, if he gets the right guys in the room, hopefully we'll see. You got Justin Fields now, right? You drafted another offensive lineman, young offensive lineman, really good, right? You stuck to your guns on defense, right? You still have a very good defense, right? Maybe the offensive weapons aren't as, like, hot, top tier as you would like it, right? You still have Garrett Wilson, you still have Breece Hall, but Jeremy Ruckert. You know what I mean? Like Braylon
I
Allen
think
for as good as he was. You know what I mean? Like who's their second receiver?
you know who it is.
I do.
Alan Lazard.
Oh fuck. Yeah.
It's right there.
That's shitty. That's real fucking shitty. And you can't have that. So hopefully the culture is built. Then we'll get some guys to come in, specifically wide receiver, and, play with that culture. So praying for more success for the Jets.
And look, I'm not going to do too much. We talk about the Jets enough. I think we're just looking for something solid. Nothing sexy. Nothing crazy. Just something solid. Something that you can put your feet down on and just stand up. That's all we're looking for. Just a solid foundation being built. It doesn't have to be pretty. Doesn't have to be, carved in marble. Just a nice slab of concrete. That's all we need.
Jess, anything else to say about the Jets?
I think I feel a little bit better. I look forward to the season. I didn't say that really last season, did I? I was more on the fence last season. But now I feel like the worst. Every year's the worst, but it's passed. The worst has passed, and I feel like I just don't expect it to look like a debacle. The way it looked, I feel like we should be way more cohesive. Like I know Aaron Glenn's like a rookie head coach, but I think he's learned a few things. He was a part of a few things in Detroit in that turnaround, so hopefully he'll bring some of that magic. And, maybe instead of 5 games, we win like 7 or 8. No, we just do a little bit better. Still a little bit better.
That's what we said.
If the Jets win 8 games, sky's the limit. Because
if the Jets win 8 games, I'll get a Quentin Williams plaque.
you get a picture of Quinnen and put him next to Leonard.
Williams,
If the Jets win 8 games, I'm going to bet more. I'm going to do more betting.
How much you going to put on a parlay for the Jets? You going to put, what, 10, 15, 20? What are we putting?
Maybe 10.
Oh, big spender. Okay. Okay, big
You just said 15 or 20. Why would I spend 20?
Okay, big baller.
Jess, if the Jets win 8 games, we're going to AC. We're going to Atlantic City, and we're going to go right. we ain't gonna go. We ain't gonna go to FanDuel. We ain't gonna go to DraftKings. We're going right to the source. We're going right to AC. We're gonna go to the sportsbook.
You guys are gonna hit the blackjack table on the way there, right? Maybe play a couple games of roulette, slots.
Sure.
You know what I mean, right? Maybe hit on a number or two. You know what I mean? It'll be fun.
I've been to AC a few times.
Oh yeah.
AC's great.
It's great. But you know what?
It was all right.
Wasn't great. The season the Miami Dolphins had. They were 8-9, very mid. They suffered a lot of injuries, specifically with their main guy, Tua Tagovailoa, the quarterback. Yeah, this team, even when he was healthy, just was. You know what I mean? Like, they just don't, right? They have the pieces, right? They have the Tyreek Hill. They have a Jalen Waddle. They have a Devon A-Chain. They have a Jalen Phillips. They have a Bradley Chubb. They have a Jalen Ramsey, right? They had a Javon Holland. They have a lot of these guys who are, like, well-known names, but they just couldn't get it done when winning really mattered. And Tua's health was probably the main cause for that because, when you have your guy who's out with his, fourth concussion? I think he's probably had more. But When he's out for that
It was-
long and he's doing finger things, when he's looking like Blind Fury on the field, it's not really. That's not really a good sign for your football team.
I mean, yeah. I mean, even if Tua does come back, what are they doing in the playoffs? What are they doing the rest of the season? Are they going far? No. Are they beating any of the top teams in the AFC? No. Are they still doing that with this team? No. So it's like it's a bunch of minutes. Like like they didn't do anything to improve this roster, and they're still gonna bank on Tua and his health, and they don't have a suitable backup for that for when and if that happens. Hopefully it doesn't. But you're still trusting a guy who's too injury prone, and you're trusting him to be the superstar that carries your team to a Super Bowl. And Tua, in my opinion, just can't do that. So it's like, what are you investing in if you're not going to build around him? You're not going to give him, and you're going to bank on Tua and Tyreek Hill to win you what? 8 games, 10 games, and crash out in the first round? Like, what's the point?
I mean, if Tua just starts flopping this season, they might have to start thinking about options of saving money when it comes to cutting him. Because
All right, so
I mean, I think I hopefully he stays healthy in those terms that he doesn't get another one. But I think if he does get another concussion, the coach is just gonna have to make a decision. Like we cannot keep keeping you. Like how many times? Like
let me put.
because then that's another 4 games. So every year we have to let you go for 4 games. Every year we have to do this.
Let
We
me
can
ask
be
you.
on a hot streak, and now we lose you for 4 weeks. It just doesn't. I don't know. At some point, you have to face the music, and
So,
some people's careers end earlier than others. But that's if that happens again. I hope it doesn't.
yeah,
all right. So let me ask you a question. Let me pose a question. If Tua doesn't get hurt and the Dolphins have another year like they had this, at what point do we think Mike McDaniel gets fired?
He
If he
probably
gets
will get
fired at
fired.
all. Is
And
there
they
a
may give
point
him
where
like
we see him
2
getting
years.
fired at all? For another non-playoff year, another year of pure mid, and another year where this team goes nowhere, even with Tua healthy.
But I feel like I don't think he like you never hear of him actually being on the hot seat. Like I think they like him down there. No,
So is he just gonna be the next Mike Tomlin?
that's possible. I mean, you have to remember like Brian. What was his name? Brian Flores. He pretty much said that the owners and the G like these people are not good. They don't really care about the organization the way that you would want your owners and GMs to care. Supposedly throwing game tanking the season to get picks and shit. So, I mean, I don't know if this team is actually trying to get better, like as a whole. I don't think they're gonna fire. I think he'll probably be there for like another year or two, unless they're abysmal. Like if they go 0-10, that's different. But I think as long as Tua plays well while he's on the field, even if that doesn't really equate to wins, but like he still shows out and like he's a big game changer. He's Mike. He won't be fired this season
uh,
if they miss the playoffs or not.
I don't know. I feel like we're at this point with this team where it's you got to show some improvement and you got to show some willingness that you still have a pulse. Because this team looks like, what are you doing half the time? Like you're good enough to beat the lesser teams in this league, but you're not beating the Bills. You're not beating the Chiefs. You're not beating the Broncos. You're not better than them, even with Tua. you don't have the roster that's better than them. You didn't draft well enough to have the roster that can compete with them. So it's like the next 4 years in Miami, what do they look like? Are they going to be? And Tua got paid. Like he also got paid a lot of money, so he's there. Where's the rest of that money going now?
Well,
I mean,
It'd be
we'll
another.
see. I mean, and also I'm looking at Tua, how many games he's played in his entire career. 10 games in 2020, 13 in 2021, 13 in 2022, 17 in 2023, and only 11 in 2024. That's no bueno. That's what? 4 out of 5 years that he's been in the league, he's played not close to all the games. Not even close. Now I get it, I get if you play 15 games, cool, right? Maybe you got a little injury, you know what I'm saying? But you're playing 11?
Not great.
That's not great, right? You're playing 10, 13 back-to-back years. And the stats aren't anything to die for either. Like, and also like they can't beat good teams. They just can't. And we've seen it over the years where they play Green Bay in prime time. They play a Chiefs in prime time. They play a Bills in prime time, and they get smacked.
And that's why I bring up Mike McDaniel, because without Tua, they get smacked. There's no, like, you think a great coach would develop some type of game plan and beat those teams. He hasn't for years. This is a constant thing that happens to them every year, that they don't beat good teams. That's, to me, is an indictment on coaching and Mike McDaniel. Just not that great against good teams. And that his system without Tua doesn't work. So it's like, how long can you keep committing to that? If you know he's a decent coach but not great, and he's not going to take you anywhere far, why commit to him? So, I don't know.
I mean, we'll see, man, what Miami has to offer besides mid this upcoming season.
All right,
so
let's do the last team so Jess can go to bed, because she's on her last leg.
Jess, we got you, girl. We got you. The Buffalo Bills, they were fantastic. I mean, Josh Allen had an MVP season.
He's getting married this weekend.
Very nice.
And that's what fueled his MVP
Congrats,
season.
Josh.
That's exactly what fueled it. He's Haley Steinfeld. I
Yes,
mean,
that's exactly the reason why.
I mean, what a pull. I mean, you've never seen a great man not have a wife.
Exactly.
Never
You
seen.
want to know what's funny?
Think of all the great men in your life.
You want to know what's funny? Tom Thibodeau has no wife. No kids.
Not great.
Debatable.
Not great.
I would debate you on that. I would debate you on that.
Has he ever won a championship? Not great. Has he ever even gotten close? Not great.
Spent all time and wins.
Not great.
I'm just saying.
Name somebody with a wife and kids right now. Rick Carlisle, great. He won a chip. Did he? Yeah. He was the coach of the Mavericks. Yes, he was. When he won that chip. Yes, he was. Eric Spoelstra, Chad, great. Mike Malone, great. Has a wife. We can keep going. I mean, the proof's in my pudding. Let me tell you right now. You know what I'm saying?
Just saying.
Shout out to Josh Allen. I mean, he won MVP, right? He had 40 total touchdowns. There was a stretch of like 4 or 5 games where he was the best player in the league. He was unbelievable. He was unstoppable. He had like 14 total touchdowns, no picks, like over something 100,000. Like he was cooking the league. Now, if the Bills had a better defense, maybe they could have beaten the Chiefs in that game.
Well, I think that's I feel like, unfortunately, that's what his whole thing sums up to is, well, can you beat the Chiefs? I think he's going to have there's no doubt he's going to be amazing during the season. He's probably going to, if it's possible, probably be a little bit better. But you get stopped. So I feel like the Josh Allen ride is great, and then it just smashes into a wall. You're only going to ever go up so far. So I feel like his whole season is going to come down to Patrick Mahomes. That's what they've been proving. Now, unless the Chiefs implode and they don't make it to the playoffs, or they don't meet them in the playoffs because they get eliminated first, more than likely you're going to run up against the same team. And if you cannot get it done this year, then what the fuck? And what is it going to take? It's like you will have to accept that he may never get to the Super Bowl. He may be a great quarterback that will just never get to a Super Bowl.
Him and Lamar, just butt buddies sitting in the no Super Bowl locker room.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like...
Now, the truth is, Patrick Mahomes is not going to win every year for the next 7 years. So someone is going to eventually win. But I feel like you would have to beat him first. So someone has to, either Lamar or Burrow, someone has to do it. Is it going to be Josh? I don't know.
And like, it's always going to be the thing, right? Like, it's going to be those three constantly fighting it out between each other. You know, Josh is great, and even if the Chiefs do get worse and the Bills roster does get a little bit worse this year, you still have to go through the Ravens. You still have to go through the Bengals. Like, it's not an easy path, but the year that he had was remarkable. Really, like, quarterbacks can improve receivers, and that's what he did. Every pass was just electric, and he made a lot of mid receivers look really good. Fought 2 great playoff games, and he did beat the Chiefs in the regular season. He did stop the undefeated run, so not forget about that. But when it mattered most, they couldn't get it done. And people say it's probably their best chance, and maybe it is. We don't know. I think they probably have another chance this year with the team that they have. But last year I think ended on a very sour note for them. 12 wins. You beat really good teams. Had some tough losses, but when it mattered most, you didn't get the job done. And they were in that game. If we had the laser beams,
they could have won the game, and that's what makes it sour. It wasn't a runaway. It wasn't like they started in first quarter like, oh shit, the Bills are gonna lose. That's not what it came down to at all. So it's kind of like you have it in your hand, Josh. You got it in your hand. You guys were this close. It's like.
And if we had laser beams going on the first down marker, they probably do win that game. But we don't.
That was a first down.
Look, we can't have everything.
That was a first down. I will die on that hill, by the way. That was a first down, 1,000%. I have no idea what the fucking refs were looking at.
Hey, Lewis. The voodoo magic don't care.
Thanks, Brittany Mahomes. Is that her name? Brittany? Yeah, thanks, Brittany. Thanks a lot, Jackson.
Yeah, I know.
Well, yeah, I think for the Bills, it was a really good year. Had a really good draft too this year. I think just it's going to be more of the same next year. We're gonna ask the same question. They're gonna do the same thing. It's gonna be when they play either the Ravens, the Bengals, or the Chiefs. Can they beat them? And if they do beat them, will it be enough to get? Because they have to go through the gauntlet of the AFC in the play. So that's ultimately what's going to come down to. Josh is going to be Josh. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with their coach because we had if they don't get the Super Bowl again this year, is his name what's his name?
Sean McDermott.
I knew it was McDermott. I was saying McDonough. That's not McDonough. But if Sean McDermott doesn't make Super Bowl this year, do they fire him? It'd be like the 6th year in a row that they had expectations to go and they didn't get. So we'll see. I mean, I think it's gonna be more of the same. It's gonna come down to their playoff games and how they play in that. But regular season, they're gonna see more of the AFC East again. It's not gonna be a contest. They'll get home field again. Just in the marquee matchups, how will they perform? That's gonna be the question.
Well, there you go. We did the AFC East. There we go, guys. We did it. Clap along. There you go. We reviewed it. There you go. One of the I mean, this division was more.
Wait, was that a proper review? We didn't rank who's gonna first. We didn't.
Oh, well, we know who's gonna be first.
What? Jess,
Oh,
Jess,
sorry. Oh,
Jess.
guys, sorry. The New
Do
England
you think we're
Patriots,
gonna do it?
the New England Patriots are going to win 13 games this
Do
year.
you think we're gonna do it?
I'm
Huh?
sorry,
I'm not
Jess.
talking about the Bills, but who's
Do you
going to
think
be
we're gonna
after
do
the
it?
Bills?
Oh, who's going to be after the Bills?
Who's going to be after the Bills?
Jets.
Yeah. Justin Fields, breakout year. Garrett Wilson has
You know
2,000
what?
yard
Yeah.
receiving year.
I have Miami as the worst team in this division. Is that just me? Nothing that they do is inspiring to me. I just don't. There's nothing to get excited about over there. Nothing. The only thing that may be exciting is that there may be another little one of Tyreek's, running around in the locker room. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only thing that's exciting going on in Miami right now. There's nothing else. Right? Tua, is he going to be healthy? We don't know. Right? Jalen Waddle, is he going to start, really ascending to be a true number one? We don't know. Devon A-Chain is fast. But Mike McDaniel can't play in the cold, and they suck against actual good competition. So it's like, I like New England more, right? Maybe these pieces, maybe, it's a fight for third place between Miami and New England, and maybe there's like a game separating them. I don't know.
Then you have the Jets in second.
Yeah, easily. I think I can get behind the Jets getting 7, 8, 9 wins. I can see that. Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah, I agree. It would be the Bills, the Jets, Patriots, and then the Dolphins.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I agree. I do think Miami could, I probably could be a game or two. I would have them in third just because I think their talent is better. If Tua stays healthy, I think they could probably just get 7 wins, but still they'll have 10 losses. So what was the point? So yeah, I'm with you. I think Bills, Jets, Dolphins, Patriots for me.
There you go. We did it, Jess.
Now that was a nice review.
There you go. Okay, all right, Jess. All right. How the Jets gonna do for real though? Give us your real estimation. How they gonna do for real? They win 11 games this year. They gonna win 12?
No. They can't.
Yeah,
I mean, we went over the schedule, right? And it seemed like it was doable.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see what the first game is like.
All right.
Let's see how their training camp goes.
All right.
Let's see if we make
So
it to
far?
the first game without any more hiccups.
So far, we got no drama.
So far, no drama. Justin Fields is at OTA. Was he at OTAs? I think so, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was at
They're
OTAs.
they're at OTS, yeah.
That's cool. Yeah,
No one's in Egypt.
he's there slinging the rock.
There's nobody in the Amazon rainforest with the Aztecs doing rituals. So that's good.
Yeah, there's nobody brewing a pot of witch stew and picking mushrooms out of the ground with their toes out. So I think that's a really good sign for the Jets right now. I think it's a good omen that everybody has cleats on and their uniform on in New Jersey. It's beautiful. Good for them.
That's how I like my football team training.
Yeah, right? On the field, right?
On the field.
On the gridiron, right? Not on the savannah rainforest in a darkly lit room with like 10 other people talking about, oh yeah, and how would that spiritually fill you up, right? Like, we don't want to fucking talk about this shit right now.
Aaron. Off season, what are you doing, Aaron? I mean, what's going on right now? I mean, how's it going right now? The off season, what do you do to keep your body fresh?
Well,
Right.
I haven't picked a team yet, so I haven't been really working out really. So my body's been pretty fresh, Pat. I don't know if you know this, but when you're retired, your body feels a lot better.
Right.
I'm sorry, I didn't say I'm not retired. I may play, right? So,
Right.
but when you're a guy who's used to playing all these games.
He doesn't do that. What are you doing?
Doing all all these exercises, it weighs a toll on you. Not just physically, but also emotionally, Pat. Right? You got to know about that. When I was in the rainforest, with the Aztecs in Egypt, and they really gave me a deeper understanding.
Shut
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
They really gave me
Right.
a deeper understanding of how emotions are really
Of
carried
course.
over in your physical labor,
Emotions.
right?
Yeah.
And
Emotions.
you
Yeah. Yeah.
know,
Emotion.
you know,
Emotional over there, right? Yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah. And tell Boston Connor shut the fuck up.
Stop.
Yeah. Tell Boston Connor be quiet. Yeah, how about
Well,
that?
come on, you're gonna take that? You gonna talk to you like that? Come on. Come on. Really? You talk to him like that? Come on.
Honestly,
He can't talk to you like that right now. I mean, come on, dude. Really?
I will say that was one of my better Rogers impressions. That was one of my better ones. When I started pulling out the Savannah rainforest, I was on money right there. Oh, that was really good. But yeah, Jets looking pretty good right now. Everybody's there. Good for them. Do we care? Sure. It's good to see people actually volunteering their time to, progress their game a little bit. It's nice. Not everybody has to do it, but it's a nice thing to see. You know what I mean?
My thing is like, it's OTAs. I don't care who's at OTAs or not. I don't. We're not even in training camp yet.
But I think it matters. I think OTAs are good I think if you want it bad enough, you would take advantage of every opportunity you have to build something between your teammates, to stay fresh in the off season, to get ready for training for the mini camps and the training camps. I feel like I don't know. I think if you're chasing greatness, you sacrifice it all. You do it all. Like I mean, I understand why they have OTAs and that's what they negotiated for in the CBA agreements. I get it, but it's like, you know, the Super Bowl winners are at OTAs. Like, isn't like you got to do inconvenient things.
And that's fine.
Sometimes that means going to the OTA.
But I don't feel the need that we need to report on it and talk about it and interview the
Oh, that
players.
part could be true. That part could be true. Maybe there doesn't have to be such a media thing, but I feel like for the actual like players and the team, I feel like you should go if you're truly trying to like have a successful season. It's a 3 4 days. You can't do 3 4 days. Like, I don't get you get paid millions of dollars, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars if you're not the star. Like I don't get why you're not trying. Like I don't know why you're not giving. I don't know that, but that's just my opinion. Because look, regular people like you and I, we get the weekends off, right? We get holidays off. Sometimes we can take PTO, right? We have personal days, we have sick days, but I feel like if you paid me $500,000 to show up voluntarily, not, I would do it. Like if like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't see the harm in going to OTAs. I think you don't want to go to OTAs if you're truly like exhausted. Maybe you don't fuck with your team like that. Maybe you're not trying to see your coach. Maybe you don't want to deal with the media. Maybe you don't want to break up your vacation time. But I just feel like maybe the teams that have been very successful over a long time, they take advantage of all these meetups, the OTAs. No one misses mini camp to go to Egypt. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know.
I feel like if you are a rookie or if you're a new quarterback like Justin Fields is, you should be there. But when when people start like, oh, why isn't Garrett Wilson there? Why isn't Gardner there? I don't think they need to be there. They know the group, they know the organization, know the people already. So it's like I can understand not them not being there, and I'm fine with it. I don't think it's a big deal. But I think it's a good show of face if all the rookies are there and Justin Fields is there, and maybe some like the named team captains are there.
Well, then
just to
that's
like.
the crazy. So it's good for some, but not good for others. I feel like if you had a losing season, you better go to fucking OTAs. You can't afford to be like, yeah, I don't need it. You
But
fucking
I
lost. You didn't
okay,
get to the playoffs.
like what are you doing really? You're not practicing with pads on. You're
No,
not.
I think it's like an overall like chemistry gel thing. Let's see where you are in the off season. Are you guys actually injured? Like maybe it's about focusing. Like just taking time out to refocus briefly on football.
Well, you know who wasn't focusing on football? Stefon Diggs. He was focusing on on a lot of other things.
I didn't see this whole video. So what? He's on a yacht. Okay.
I saw the video. I'll tell you
I saw the
exactly. I
video.
tell you exactly what happened.
There's one person here. There's one person here, and let's say there's one person over here, right? There's three women, right?
And one of them is there's like a couple. They're all up on him. First off,
Yeah.
Stefon.
They're like here. They're like here.
I need a PSA for Stefon Diggs. Stop being a low hoe. All right, settle down. Find somebody you love. Marry. How about that?
But wasn't he just with Cardi B? Weren't they seeing each other?
My point. Stop being a little hoe, Stefon Diggs. All right, go to training camp.
Listen, stop it.
Focus on your career. Stop being with all these women. Find a good woman to settle down with. All right, I'm tired of hearing this. And then also, why are they draped up all up on you? You got Cardi B. Is she okay with that?
Because he's a fucking man with money and access to all types of girls.
That doesn't
who
mean
just throw
that,
themselves.
that doesn't mean it's good.
No, I
And
didn't say it was good. But most
you
men
know,
don't turn that down. So
No discipline. Undisciplined.
but also while he was draped up with women, he had a little baggie of pink stuff there as well.
That's the real issue. Mike Vrabel was like, all right, he's on a boat with women. All right. If we know what the Giants did in 2016, not great things happen when you're on a boat. The famous boat pic, right? Timberlands, no shirts, right?
But look. They
Uh,
get drug tested. So if he's on drugs, it would come out that, something came up.
But it doesn't look good.
You don't think they called him in for a drug test after they saw that?
I know. But
But
they have
here's
that
the thing,
right?
Jess. It doesn't look good when
Jess,
you
you know
pull
what?
it out of your pocket.
Yes. And then turn to the woman recording,
Be like,
"Are
hey,
you recording right now?"
you guys like this? Hey, this is good, right? Hey, you guys want to try? Doesn't look so good.
On camera, on camera, looking at the camera, pointed at him.
Just whips it out
You
like it's
also
trying.
show- okay, so
Yeah.
maybe. So listen, it goes to show that okay, maybe he was already a little high for you to not realize, like, to think this is funny that you're on camera with this pink shit in your hand. You can't tell me you're still that. How old is he?
He's in his 30s.
He's in his 30s.
Okay, you're not a little boy. You're not fresh out of college. You're not a rookie. Like, I think you
He's
have to be
31.
smarter than that. Like, you have to be smarter than that. You could have partied with these girls without the camera. Like, I don't get, like, why, like, but that just tells me, like, maybe he was already, like, not sober, and you lose all your inhibitions, you lose all filter. You don't care that a camera's there. You don't care that you're out here, like, whatever those tablets are. We don't know. But lack of maturity, for sure.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah, and like it's
Like, you have to be smarter than that. You have to stop thinking with your fucking dick. Like, what is wrong with men?
Thank you, Jess. Thank you. Son, I'm watching this video and I'm like, yo, Stefon, bro, you're in your 30s, man. Go home, brother. What are you doing? You just got off of a
But
torn
you have to be
ACL.
smarter than that.
Why are you on a boat?
You have to.
Be on land, bro. You just tore your ACL. You talk about, I
That's-
just
but
want to
that's-
get on a boat.
Well, look, that just goes to show. Like I said, there's a difference between people who are good and then people who are great. People who chasing greatness wouldn't have done that bullshit. Wouldn't have got caught like that.
Josh Allen
They
ain't
would
getting
have showed
caught
up
like
at
that.
OTAs and then went to the boat.
Josh Allen's a married man. Yeah. Exactly, Stefon.
More than likely, the Bills would be in a serious playoff run. And where is Stefon now?
Patriots.
Come on. They're about to get smacked by the Bills. No,
Yeah, it's
there's a big difference.
it's a tough one. Mike Vrabel was like, well, me and Stefon, we're having conversations. I'm sure there was a pull aside conversation like, Stefon, I swear to everything I love, if you embarrass this fucking organization and me again, we're gonna have fucking problems. I'll cut you right now. You think your contract's fully guaranteed? Stop.
Or maybe he's lucky Bill Belichick is not his coach.
Bill Belichick, would he have done something? It depends on if he met the girl in his life before that is rush. Like if he met Jordan would he be like, "Come on, Bill, lighten up a little bit," right? And he'd be like, "All right, sweet cheeks, all right, I'll give him another chance." Okay, you know what I mean?
I don't know. It's just really bad to look at like today's day and age with the drug thing and the pills and the meat, like situations with women, and it's like you have to be smart.
Undisciplined
You have to
behavior.
value your fucking time better than that.
It really is just being undisciplined. Like you can expect this from like a 23-year-old, 24-year-old, right?
That's what I'm saying.
You kind of like, if he does it, you're not like, all right, like obviously it's bad, but it's like you're still young enough to where you can get by with that bullshit. You're in your 30s.
You got Cardi
Stefon,
B.
Yeah, there's no more grace after that.
Stefon, get married. Settle down. Have discipline.
I'm not trying to get married.
No discipline.
Look, if he wanted to get married, he'd be married.
No discipline. Undisciplined. And on the boat, all them women touching you. Come on, Stefon. Come on, man. Now I get why the Vikings said they wouldn't let you date their sister. Remember that video that went viral? They were like, so who would you least want to date your sister? Everybody's like, oh, Stefon Diggs. Fuck. Like, why would I want him associating with my family? Absolutely not. And then everybody's looking, and then they tell Stefon that, and he's like, what? I'm a great guy, man. What are they talking about? And then he's like, oh, yeah? Okay, so who would you not want to date your sister? Oh, this guy. Why? Because he ugly. Yo, but shout out to Stefon. I hope everything's okay. I hope you become more disciplined in your life, Stefon. Please. No more pink stuff. All right? Please.
And if you're gonna do it, don't do it on camera.
Yes. Him and
Do it
Odell.
behind closed doors.
Odell did the same thing. It just wasn't on water. It was in a hotel room. Same exact thing. There was like 3 women in the room, all like hee 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 ha ha ha. Odell's just sitting there, smacked out of his mind with a tray full of Coke. Just a ginormous tray full of Coke. And it's like, dog, come on, man. You gotta know better than that. You got to. But they don't.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, when you're in their position, the sky's the limit. No, you got very few people to tell you no. You get entitled to feel good, and I want to enjoy this and enjoy that, and yeah, I want 3 girls around me, and yeah, tray full of Coke, I earned it. Like your ego starts talking. Your carnality comes out, and you're like, fuck the contract, fuck my reputation. You're not thinking that way.
You know what Stefon could have been? At OTAs.
Maybe he needs it. You know, maybe he's the guy who needs it.
And that's why, and look, that's why it's still good to go to OTAs, because, like I said, it keeps you focused. And if you would have done the OTAs, which is the right thing, you wouldn't be in this position like this. You know, did it happen the same time as their OTAs?
Yes.
Yes.
You see? You see, there was a better plan for you. There was a better choice you could have made. A choice where you get paid for, you know. You get what, and versus a choice where it's like,
You have a bunch of women who won't ever love you.
here's pink drugs, or here's pink stuff.
All I'm gonna
Right,
say.
here's pink. We don't know what it was. There could have been Flintstone vitamins for all we know.
It could have been Pepto-Bismol in powder form. Who knows?
Could have been pink Tic Tacs.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
could
maybe his breath stink.
right. What
Maybe the women's breath
you guys
stink.
never
Maybe the 3 women had bad breath that day.
you guys never had the new bubblegum flavor of the dipstick? You guys never had that? Right?
You gotta try.
You gotta try it.
You gotta try.
Yeah.
Look. All I'm gonna say is that if Drake May in an interview starts being hyper focused and starts shivering and shaking, we might have an idea why.
Yeah, I think Stefon helped him get a little
That's an
wired.
influence.
Look, and
Get him going.
there's tons of players that party like this, or who have partied like this. The difference is they don't find themselves in the position where it's recorded, and it gets so easily like talked about and assumed, and just feel like there's no reason you don't need to be on camera doing this. Protect yourself. If you're gonna make decisions like this, you need to protect yourself.
Shout out to Stefon. Yep. I mean, gosh, what an undisciplined adult. I mean, what a guy. Jackson Dart signed his deal with the Giants. There we go. 4 years,
Yeah.
$17 million. There we go. We'll take it. He could be a potential franchise quarterback. If he could be good in year 2 or 3 or 4, there we go. Good for him. I think he can be, right? I like his intangibles. If he continues to improve and learn the system, I can easily see him being the guy for the Giants, right? He won't be like this world beater kind of guy, but who knows? He could maybe build himself into that, right? If he learns the system of Brian Daboll, and he's making good reads, he's trusting his abilities. Who knows? We'll see. Oh my God! Excuse me. Whew. Trey Hendrickson trying to get a new deal. He wants $34 million.
Well, apparently, from when I was reading from the article, that's like the baseline because that's what Max Crosby, Myles Garrett, and the other got. So he may want more, but they at least want 34. That ain't happening.
Yeah, it's not happening. Yeah, he's gonna get traded. By the trade deadline, we'll know. It'll be somewhere that could offer him that kind of money. That's what it's
I do wonder if he will hold out. He could hold out.
But when has that worked? Like if
It worked for Hassan Reddick. He got traded.
Did it though?
He got paid.
Like it's not to the level that they want. It's up to a certain level, but it's not up to the level. Like especially for 34 M's, right? Remember when Le'Veon Bell sat out? He wanted all that money, and then he goes to the Jets, gets less than what he wanted, sat out a whole year, missed out on all that money. 34 M's.
But objectively, and I do think Trey Hendrickson will play this year. Objectively, he's better than Hassan Reddick and Le'Veon Bell. He just is. So teams will trade for him and will give a prospect. If the idea that he's sitting out and he's on the trade block, teams will call and they'll make deals for him because he's that good.
Yeah, and it depends. And if the Bengals like what they hear, they'll just be like, "Yeah, sure." Like if you trade a first-round pick for him, and you got the cash to spend, why not let it fly? You got a quarterback on a rookie deal, maybe. Maybe you're not tied up to a bunch of money into big stars. Maybe you could sign him.
San Fran.
Could be cool. Maybe a team.
The Rams.
Maybe right.
Fuck them. Pick Sean McVay.
Maybe the Commanders. Myles Garrett was mocked to them a lot. We'll see. I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see because he's the only bright spot on that defense. So
yeah,
if they just give him up, just like whatever, it's going to be real sad. Like Joe Burrow and them, they just signed, and it's like, well,
they're not going anywhere again.
We're not going anywhere again, huh? All right, boys, let's rack up yards. Come on, let's almost win MVPs and win 7 games. Come on, let's go, boys. I don't know. I would hope that they get a deal done. I would hope.
Yeah.
Come to the Giants. Take care of them.
Come to the Jets. Why not?
Why
Why
not?
not? We're building culture.
Right.
We're building culture. Come to the Jets.
Come on, man. You gonna love New York too. I can tell you a big boy. You gonna like their pizza, man. I can tell, man. You gonna like it.
100%.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Even though we play in New Jersey,
That's right.
we'll be fine.
Yeah. Bryce Huff getting traded to the 49ers. Shout out to the Eagles for getting rid of what they thought was their trash. Good for them.
Howie Roseman.
Oh,
Howie Roseman.
Howie Roseman is a genius.
Doing it.
God bless him because I don't know how he keeps getting away with it. Jonnu Smith could get traded to the Steelers. The only guy who was of note pretty much last season on the Dolphins, besides Devon A-Chain. They're tight ends, so.
Do I smell Aaron Rodgers? Possibly?
Oh, God.
Because they're getting assets? I don't know.
I haven't heard Aaron Rodgers' name in 3 weeks, and it's been lovely, actually. It's been really good to just not hear his name at all. Like, I love it when he just goes on these random podcasts, like, outside in Pasadena, California, and he's just like, well, a team that I could play is in the United States. Yeah. It's like, brother,
Was he on McAfee this week? Or was that last week?
Jess?
he wasn't on McAfee.
No.
Not
Was
this
it
week?
It was last
This
week?
last week?
No.
They showed a clip of him on. He was at some show
Okay.
talking, and then he was on Joe Rogan, but he hasn't been on the McAfee show.
All right, fair enough.
He's staying away from football at least, so that's good.
Thank you, Lord. I mean, he's signing with the Steelers, right? I mean, at this point, I don't care what he does. Like, when the news drops, we're going to be like, all right, we'll make a video about it. Right? We'll get content, but it won't be like this, oh my goodness, reaction. Like, it's going to be like, finally. Jeez, like, what took you so long? That's what it's going to be.
He had to find himself in the darkness,
All right, let's get out of here. Jeez. I mean, oh, right. Okay. Let's talk about the Yankees. We're hot right now, not going to lie. I don't know what the score is because we're playing the Dodgers right now.
Do you know why you don't know what the score is?
Wait. You guys are getting into baseball and UFC, right?
We are going to get into baseball in the are you going to go sleepy? Nap?
Yeah.
Aw, Jess, come here. Give us a hug. Give us a hug.
I miss you guys. Next week.
Next week, we'll see you.
We'll do
It's
reality.
Friday.
We'll do it in real life, not in VR.
Real life.
Not in VR. Okay.
Okay, Jess. Love you, Jess.
Love you.
I love you. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Boom. There we go. Shout out to Jess.
All right, the women are gone.
Woo! Finally.
It's the boys.
Talking about baseballs.
Right. Like men.
Like real men. The Yankees are losing, by the way. Not great.
Love you, Jess.
Yeah, love you too, Jess. But Yankees in their last 10, 9-1. Right? 35-20. Looking really sharp right now. The pitching real well. The hitting is getting real good. I like this team. I knew this team had this kind of potential, right? Now, if like Garrett Cole and them were still here and, health permits, like if this whole team was fully healthy, maybe our record could be a bit better, a touch better. Maybe we would have like 15 losses instead of 20. But, that's really marginal, I guess, right? It's nothing really too crazy to write home about because it is just baseball. So we could just have the same amount of wins and losses even with all those guys healthy. So I'm liking what the Yankees are doing right now. I really am. They're on a hot streak. They're losing to the Dodgers right now. So potentially 9-2 in their last 11, but still 9-2 in your last 11.
Pretty good.
That's fucking fantastic. So,
but wow, you are losing. You were up 5-2 at like the 5th. So that just happened. got to be your bullpen. Got it, and you know that's my concern. It's got to be your bullpen.
Yeah, a little bit.
Let's see. Fried. Ooh.
He got hit hard.
5 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs,
Mm.
6 earned,
Mm.
3 Ks, 2 home runs.
That hurts.
West got an out. Tim Hill was clean. De Los Santos in a third of an inning, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, no strikeouts, no walk. And then Hedrick ended the 7th.
You're not looking so great right now. You know, Max Fried got shelled. He got hit hard. Damn. That sucks.
Bad.
But
I mean,
before this game, he was shoving. Absolutely shoving, dude. He's such a good pitcher. Like him and Cole, when Cole comes back, is going to be such a great 1-2 punch because you got Cole with like the fastballs and the really good slider. And then you got Fried with the paint you on the corner breaking balls and the fastball that could touch that 95 range, right? They're both like great all-around pitchers, but they kind of pitch a different way. Where Garrett Cole's, he's not trying to paint corners. He's trying to strike you out every single time. I'm not a control artist freak. I'm just going straight 98, 97, 99. I'm pushing the heat, and I'm hitting that hard slider at the end if you're a right-handed batter. And Max Fried is just paint. Just a maestro. Oh, paint. Oh, at the knees. Yep, it touched it. Yeah, yep, it's on the black. Yep. Oh, yes. And he's a lefty, so it makes it really good. So, shout out to the Yankees, man. We're doing all right so far.
Yeah, I think I'm just looking at the box score right now. Trent Grisham hit a homer, Paul Goldschmidt hit a homer, and Aaron Judge hit a homer. I mean, those have just been your guys for the past 2 weeks. Especially Trent Grisham. He's kind of been the solution at the top of that they needed. And Aaron Judge is just doing fantastic things with a baseball bat right now. Bottom half of your lineup is not as strong, I feel like, but the top half is definitely really, really solid. I think Jazz could really add to this lineup a lot and add some pop. But I think if you're gonna need someone, I would say pitching and then another bat in this lineup because the top half's been really good.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. Now, what about the Mets? How the Mets doing? They're doing all right.
I mean, we're beating up on bad teams. This past week we took 2 or 3 from the White Sox, had an off day on Thursday, and we beat the Rockies. So we play the Rockies for 3, then we go to Colorado to play the Rockies again. So we're playing the worst team in baseball right now. But I think it's just been more of the same. Pitching's been really good. Soto had 2 hits tonight, so I feel like he's starting. Yeah, there you go. He smiled, crazy.
He's happy. He shows emotions.
I know. Wasn't that crazy?
Holy shit.
But yeah, no. I think at the end of the day, it's still gonna be the pitching that's been carrying the team. This offense is still really stagnant, and I think as the Mets are weird. They're like a bear with. It's like come like May and April and June and May, where it's colder, they'll kind of be slumbering, and then all throughout the summer they'll just start hitting bombs, go up 7-8 runs a game, and then they'll trickle down towards September and October. And that's kind of how their offense runs. But I think what's been really impressive in the pitching, Edwin Diaz looking like his former self. Reed Garrett has a sub-1 ERA. I think it might be like sub-6 right now. So like 0.6. Like he's been really dominant. And yeah, it's been really good pitching the past 2 months of the season. So look, I can't complain. This team is 12 games above 500. I knew we were good. I didn't think we were this good. I think the pitching has been really surprising me. And now you're starting to get guys like Frankie Montas come back soon. So they're going to add to this rotation even more, which is already elite. So I don't even know how you're going to kick guys out of this rotation. I would. So we'll see. I do like I think the lineup will come together. Like I'm not seeing like people being lost or people like in like the doldrums or like, striking out every at bat. I think they're having good swings and putting good, charges into the ball. It hasn't clicked. I think eventually it will click. And yeah, I think it's been more of the same. I think pitching's been the big story, how good it's been, and I think right now you're gonna kind of these games, these next like the 3 games against the White Sox and now 6 games against the Rockies. This is where you fatten up. This is where you get your wins. These are the teams you should be beating. You should be having no problems with them. If the Mets take 2 out of like 5 out of 6 against the Rockies, that's fine. Like that's what they should be doing. I'll be happy with that. If they lose their next 5 against the Rockies, we got a big fucking problem, right? So see what happens next week. We play the Dodgers as well on the next weekend. I guess this week, or next week. So that's gonna be a big series over there. So we'll see what happens there. But these are teams you need to fatten up. That you are like these are teams that playoff teams beat, and you have to do that with the Rockies and White Sox right now. But overall, it's been solid. I have very little to right now.
I'm going to a Mets game on Sunday.
Mm.
It is a Hello Kitty bobblehead day.
You know what's crazy? Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are Hello Kitty Day. They're smart. They know what they're doing. All 3 games are Hello Kitty giveaway day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going.
15,000. For 15,000, you gotta get there early. For 15,000.
Oh, I plan on getting there mad early. You kidding me? What? So, that should be fun. I'm gonna try all the food.
That's what I was gonna ask. What are you eating?
Everything. Buy one of everything. Just try it, because you'll eat. Then you'll go to the next spot. You'll burn it off. Walk it. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a great experience. We're just gonna eat the whole.
Are you gonna watch any of the game?
Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
Where are you? Are you gonna be
I'm in
300?
I'm in the I got some pretty good seats. Like, oh, excuse me. It's kind of like where we were last time, but a bit more to the right. Like, I don't know what's that, like in right field.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, like right behind right field, like a couple rows back in right field, I guess.
Are you in the 300s or like the 100?
I'm in the hundreds, baby.
Oh, okay, all right. So you're like in the corner.
Yeah,
a little bit. Oh, that's not bad. It's not bad.
you know what I'm saying. I'm barely gonna be in my seat because I'm gonna be eating all day, so that should be fun. I'm probably not gonna eat the end of Saturday, and then going into Sunday, I'll have like a little cracker or something. Just to make my stomach expand just a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a little bit so I can fit everything inside.
That's the thing. Like people think like, oh, I gotta empty my stomach. That's not great. It's how you feel. Something.
Yeah,
just to get it warm.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just turn the car on, see what's up. You know what I mean?
See what's up.
But you know what should be up? John Jones's time as UFC heavyweight champion. That's what should be up.
Yeah.
There is a petition, and I'm not joking. There is a petition out there to strip John Jones of the heavyweight championship, and has over 100,000 plus signatures.
Hey. You know what I'm gonna say to that? Dana don't give a fuck. Cause Dana like money.
And Dana too busy fucking talking to Nina Drama and promoting slap boxing. Yeah, great. We really like it. I mean, it like if John Jones doesn't want to fight, what's the holdup?
I think here's the thing. I think John Jones wanted the Stipe fight, right? I think John Jones wanted to have the belt. I think he expected Stipe to rematch him, and that would have been like his swan song fight. I think he wanted another easy win, defend the title one time and then retire. Because we all know what's going to happen if he fights Tom Aspinall. He's losing. And John Jones has ego. And John Jones doesn't want to get his ego bruised. John Jones knows he loses this to Tom. Tom Aspinall knows he beats John Jones. Dana knows Tom Aspinall beats John Jones. We all know this. So we have to make John Jones look good and look happy and look strong. So he needs to fight an easier opponent.
But the thing about that is that Tom Aspinall's the interim champion. You have to fight him. So it's either him or no one. So it's like,
how long are we going on? Like a year and a half of this? When did Tom Aspinall get crowned? Won the interim belt? When was that?
I got you right now. I'll pull it up.
Was it in December of last year?
Got you right.
Or 2 years ago?
It
was. I think it was 2 years ago.
It was in November of 2023.
So we're going on more than almost 18 months.
Yeah.
We're almost on 2 years of this.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
We haven't had a Tom Aspinall fight in 2 years.
He did fight Curtis Blades in July of 2024,
yeah.
but he shouldn't have to be fighting. You should fight the fucking champion if you're the interim. Why are you defending an interim belt? See what I'm saying? Right? Like John Jones is just a duck. He's a quack quack, duck duck, flap flap duck. And he doesn't want to admit it because he has ego and it's getting bruised right now. If you're not going to make the fight, Dana, just strip him of the title. Does he want to fight or not? I'll tell you what he does. He wants to fight, but not Tom Aspinall. And it sucks because Tom Aspinall is the interim champ, so you have to fight him. But he doesn't want to.
Yeah. John Jones wants an easy win. I'm telling you, he wants an easy win. He wants to go out as a fighting champion, whatever that means, and defend his belt one more time and have another easy win. Toss off to the sun. He doesn't want to fight Tom Aspinall. No fucking way. Look, I like John Jones as a fighter. As a human being, as a fighter, he was fun to watch. I don't understand why you have to do this to your career. From an honest standpoint, he could retire right now, and as a fighter, he's one of the greatest fighters of all time, and there's no question about it. Nobody's gonna question that, right? So it's what's the point of just not giving up the belt? Now we're going to idiotic territory. Something might be wrong with honestly. Because what's the point of holding on to the belt for this long if you're not going to fight Tom Aspinall, right? You have an outstanding career, right? You have a ton of major wins. You're you're going to be in the Hall of Fame. No one's going to doubt your legacy. You won the belt back after going away for 2 years. Just fucking give it up. Is he broke? Does he want another paycheck? Does he get a bigger check every time he says a day as champ? I don't know. Because I genuinely don't know what the point.
Your guess is as good as mine. I mean,
yeah.
My guess is that he just doesn't want to fight Tom because it will just get his chin checked immediately. And he knows he'll lose.
Or he'll get submitted.
Yeah. It's not even close. Tom Aspinall destroys him in less than 2 minutes. Not even close. But, we'll never know. So then all the John Jones meat eaters will just be like, oh, geez, he would have beaten Aspinall. He would have beaten the GOAT. It's oh, yeah? Why didn't the GOAT want to fight him then? He could have easily fought him. Why not? Why did he ask for $40 million to fight Tom Aspinall and not $40 million to fight Stipe? I wonder why. It's almost pretty fucking ironic.
I mean, if I'm John Jones, I get the $100 million cash check at MSG, and I just take it and I run.
Sure. Anything for a fight. Anything, bro.
If they book MSG, John Jones can't say no. He just can't.
I mean, he could.
He has, but like there's some places like I just don't think he'll say no. Like he won't fight in England. Absolutely not. I don't think maybe Vegas, but I feel like if MSG want that fight, they offer a lot of money, he'll take it.
Yeah, I think so too. But the UFC's like, oh, we're not gonna offer a fight $40 million. We're not gonna do that. So I don't know. It's just at a standstill with every party but Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall's like,
yep.
I'll fight him tomorrow. I'll fight him yesterday. Like, I don't care. I don't even want to make money. You could pay me $500K, and I'm cool. Like,
I want to beat his ass.
I just want to fight him. Like, I'm tired of this bullshit already. So, I mean, we'll see. It's probably not gonna happen anytime soon. Hopefully, we get an announcement at some point. But
you know what'd be funny?
Mm-hmm.
If he does it in November.
I hate my life.
On the 2-year anniversary.
The 2-year anniversary of being interim champ. What a strange fellow John Jones is. On the 720th day of being champion. Yep. Which is great.
What was his last fight? That had to be longer, right?
Who, John Jones?
Yeah, John, when he fought Stipe like early 2023.
Yeah, John Jones's last fight was.
That was, I think, March.
Mad long ago. Let me look it up. John Jones, here we go. That was in November 2024. It wasn't too long ago, but like I don't get it. But we'll see. 316 is in 2 weeks. I'll probably do a couple not announcement, but like prediction and breakdowns for that card on June 7th. So I'll do that a little later, but it's a pretty intriguing fight. I mean, O'Malley versus Merab again. We could, just see the same old. Merab shooting takedowns and Sean not doing pretty much anything on the feet because he's on his ass all the damn time. So this could just be the same thing, and Merab's like the best bantamweight ever. So who knows? This could be free legacy for Merab. So we'll see.
I mean, I guess you would hope that O'Malley would figure it out and train better. But I don't know. You could be right. Merab he's too like judge's favorite. Fight control. He doesn't go down. O'Malley doesn't hit hard enough. I mean, O'Malley kind of was catching at the end of their fight, I think in the 5th round. So maybe that's something they could build on. But it's tough. Merab he's such a. What's a nice word I can call somebody not nice?
A nice way to call somebody not nice.
Yeah.
A mean face. How about that?
Yeah. Like a rat.
You little rat.
This little rat. He just kind of looks like. If you look at his picture, he just kind of looks like a rat.
Who?
A little bit.
Sean O'Malley?
No, Merab.
Oh, Merab. I think the little goblins on like Harry Potter's the school? That's Merab. Yeah. Shout out to Merab too. Bantamweight.
Yeah, somebody in the comments is gonna check you for that, by the way. You know it.
I mean,
there's somebody who made it to the second hour who's like, actually they're not goblins. I don't know what you watched, but they're not goblin decks. Get it right.
That person is a nerd. That's it. That's all I needed to say. Juliana Pena. She's fighting. Again, finally. Will she get a win over Kayla Harrison? I don't know. Women's fights are hard to call. I would like to think Harrison beats her up. But then again, I don't know. Juliana Pena just has a way of eking out some victories if it's not Amanda Nunes.
Sure.
So and Kayla
Sure.
Harrison, she can't really strike.
No.
Her wrestling's pretty good. Pretty damn good. But will Pena be able to survive? I don't know. That's a tough call. So I'll make those calls. I'll bunker down on my prediction. I'll see what's up. I'll make a video about it, post it.
I will say this, and it might sway you the way you think. I think Kayla Harrison's been really good her last couple of fights. She hasn't fought somebody like Juliana Pena, absolutely, but I feel like she and her game is really good. That Pena does not have defense. So I will say that. I think Pena could catch her on the feet, which is why it's a toss-up. But on the ground, if she gets her on the ground for 5 rounds, it's going to be a no contest. Harrison's going to win. Or 3 rounds.
Fair enough. And there was a tennis match going on. There's a lot of tennis matches actually going on. There's a whole event. I have been, listening and watching sports for a very long time. I've never heard of Roland Garros. Never heard of it. Is this like new? I've never heard of it.
No. It's
been
very
around
old.
for mad long.
Around for a long time. Long time.
Never heard of this shit. Never heard of it. Is it like it's a major title?
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of it.
I wonder if you think Jess has heard? Yeah, it's 126 years old.
Jesus.
This tournament.
Jess has probably heard of it. Yeah.
You think Jess has heard of it?
Yeah.
Should we call her?
100%. Nah, she's asleep.
No, I'm joking.
Hell yeah.
I'm joking.
Yeah, Roland Garros. Who is Roland? And who's Garros? Who are these guys?
Right.
Who are these people? What? And what do they know about clay?
Okay, so the Slade Roland Garros after the famous French aviator and fighter pilot Roland Garros. That's who Roland Garros is. He was a French fighter pilot in the World War.
Wow.
Wow.
So what's the significance with the dirt then?
Not dirt.
Oh,
Not
clay.
dirt.
Excuse me.
Clay.
Oh.
Wet and hardened dirt. Big difference.
I hate my life.
Hey, you could just call it the French Open. What it is. The US Open, the Australian Open, the British Open.
The French Open.
Nah, Roland Garros. Look, I'm not shy to admit it. I hate tennis as a sport. I even though I interviewed a tennis player, I hate it as a sport. I think it's one of the most boring sports and that has the most diva superstars I've ever heard of, and the most softest egos I've ever seen on a competitive course. And you can get in the comments about that from me all you want. I don't care. I think everyone is soft in that sport, and they're too sensitive about everything. And the fact that you have to stay quiet as you're attending a tennis match is absolutely bullshit to me. I think the fact that you can't even whisper is bullshit. I'm paying money. If I want to cheer and scream, I'm going to cheer and scream. It's what's part of being a fan, and you're taking out that's. So I think I hate tennis as a sport. I don't like watching it. I don't like sitting down and learning about it. I get why Roland Garros is important and why it's a big deal every time it happens. I just don't care for tennis at all or enough to give a shit about what's going on.
Based. There we go. That's been the show. I'm tired. I'm drained. And I also need to go use the bathroom.
Fair.
So we're going to end it. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been The Get Back. I'm your host, Lewis. There's Daniel right there next to me, our other host. Go subscribe to the channel. We're going to be cutting up this video into videos and shorts. And we're going to post a long form as well. So shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. Take care. Peace.